All right, I wanted to do what I think is one of the most important videos I've ever done for Freename. And it explains just what is happening when you buy a Freename TLD or when you resolve a Freename domain name. A Freename domain name being two words or emojis or characters, one left of the dot, one right of the dot. Right now, to learn about Freename, you go to freename.io. .io is the top level domain. Freename is the second level domain. And the whole domain name is freename.io. Now, right now, the existing internet system that all the browsers use and all your computers use and all the back-end system use, it's based upon something called the DNS system, which is a great way to turn the fact that the content you want to show people is usually housed on a machine connected to the internet or a virtual machine or a cloud with an IP address. For instance, in this Amazon Web Services chart, 192.0.244. And you would have to remember that to be able to see whatever content you wanted to find on the internet. The domain name system converts a domain name, something like, in this case, example.com. It sends a message from your browser, your mobile device, or your smartphone, or wherever you're on, to go to something called the DNS root server, and it says, I want to find www.example.com. And the root server says, oh, okay, I see it has .com at the end. That's a top-level domain. And they send instructions back to your machine of where to go find the information for example.com. But this DNS root server, that's all it does. It doesn't look up your whole domain name. It just looks up the first part, com, your top-level domain, and it sends back and it says, go look for .com, in this case, at the location of VeriSign, which runs the .com registry. They've been given that monopoly from a group called ICANN. Then your computer says, okay, now that I know where to go for the name server for the .com TLD, it goes to the various VeriSign name servers around the world, and it says, I now need to find example.com. And the VeriSign name server returns a result. Much of you that have Web 2 domain names, you type into your registrar account where you want your domain name to be hosted. Where is the content for that domain name? In this case, if you are with Amazon Web Services, it would say go to the Amazon Route 53 web server. So then your computer comes back and it says, okay, now I know that this is a .com. I went to the .com name server. Now I know example.com is hosted on Route 53 with Amazon. Now, Route 53 at Amazon, please tell me where example.com is. And it returns this result, 192.0.022. That comes back to your computer. It goes to that hosting source and it gets the content and delivers it back to you. So all this happens in the background that you're not really seeing. But basically, in this part one of the DNS system, which will then give you the real understanding of what you're getting from Freename and why I think it's a terrific alternative in some circumstances. It's not everything. But I want you to understand the philosophy behind these new alternate route TLDs, or what we now call Web 3 TLDs. It's basically that this group called ICANN controls this list at the DNS root name servers, and they're the right group to control it. They keep it secure, they keep it open to the public. There's millions, if not tens of millions of dollars spent on security. There's a governance process, and they decide who gets these TLDs. That's the existing process. But that wasn't meeting the needs of the internet community, and I think that's why you're seeing such a demand for these Web3 TLDs, and I'll hope you watch our next video.